Who in the building? Who we got in the building right now, man?
Hey man, it's your boy LOSSI, you know what I'm saying? Coming out the Southeast Hpuston, Texas, 93 shit. Shout out 21st Century TV. Rashid, we locked in, baby.
Tell them what you do, man.
Oh man, check this out. I be rapping, you know what I'm saying? Be doing all kinds of shit. Man, I be, you know what I'm saying, all over Houston doing shows. Got my business doing autoglass and shit like that, you know what I'm saying? For the main hustle, but you know, we're gonna keep doing this music shit. Hopefully it take off, become a full-time, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's a segment I got later on down the line called side hustles, but you know, you got your main hustles, your side hustles,
Yeah.
but side hustle, I usually, you know, I got a question I ask. But on another note, how did you get that name?
LOSSI? Okay, so check this out. I was with my partners, right? And so in my group of homies, I'm the one that always be getting the girls. They always invite me to the party because, hey, those gonna bring the girls, whatever. So we was kicking it with some girls and shit, and one of the girls, everybody called me Los, but one of them girls called me LOSSI, like in the cute way, like, oh, thank you, LOSSI, you know what I'm saying, shit like that. And then my partners, you know what I'm saying, they started fucking with me. They're like, oh, LOSSI, shit like that. And then it stuck, bro. Then, you know what I'm saying? The hoes gave me the name, you know what I'm saying? The bitches called me LOSSI, so it just stuck and I like it, you know what I'm saying?
That's dope. That's super dope. Yeah. You know where that chick is now?
Man. I don't know, man. She probably somewhere busy. You know?
Already. Shout out to the chick that named LOSSI.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Okay, so tell us about the area and stuff that you pretty much came up in, you know what I mean?
Okay, so check, I was born in Corpus Christi. I was there for like 3 months. Then we moved to South Houston. So I grew up in like Southeast area, Pasadena, South Houston, Magnolia and shit like that for a little bit, but mainly like South Houston area, like off Shaver, Edgebrook and shit like that. So,
name 5 schools you went to throughout this, or you might not have went to 5 schools, but name, you know, 5 schools in your head that you remember from coming up.
I started off, I think it was Red Bluff, then I went to St. Jack, then we moved to the east side. Man, what's the name of that school? I think it was like Nottingham or some shit like that. And then like when I got towards high school, we moved to Corpus, and it was Kingsville Academy where I went to.
Shouts out King. So how did you get into the business of doing the music and rap?
So shit, I started rapping when I was 9. I was just a kid. I've said it in multiple interviews. Like my cousins would be just rapping for hours. They had a karaoke box with the instrumentals on the CDs. And they would get a tape and hit record and play the beats at the same time, just be freestyling that bitch for hours and hours. Then finally, I was like, just started rapping in my head from being around them so long. Then I was like, oh shit, man, I could rap, I could rhyme, I could be on the beat. And yeah, but that's how it started. And then when I got real serious was in 2017. That's when I started putting money behind it, getting features, doing videos and all that shit. I really decided to take off with it. I was going through some shit. My daughter was going through cancer, so it was just my outlet, you know what I'm saying? So really, like, music saved me from going crazy and just from a lot of things, you know what I'm saying?
Okay, so let's take a few steps back. Much blessings to your daughter with the cancer, that situation.
Yeah.
So what was going on before that situation? Was you doing music before your daughter got sick?
So I was always making music, always. I've been in the studio since I was like 14, 15. I would always hit up studios. I was never really like pushing it like that. I did it for more like for me and shit. But I always rap. I never stopped rapping. I never took a break. Might have took a break from recording and shit like that, but man, I be thinking about music like all the fucking time, bro. It's hard for me to like just focus sometimes, because sometimes I would just write down my thoughts a lot on my phone. I got like over 300 notes, you know what I'm saying? Just lyrics and shit. So yeah, so I've been rapping, just started doing it more serious, you know what I'm saying?
So who was you working with?
When I was coming up?
Yes.
Okay, so I started recording, I was 15. We was, me and my cousin, we went to a studio here on the north side of Hopper. His name was Allen, and then a guy named Joe. They had a little studio in the church, so when there was no service, we'd be back there. It was connected to the church. We gotta walk through the church and shit. We was out there sinning like a motherfucker, smoking weed, cussing and shit. So we started with them. I started with my cousin. We had this group called Too Loud Click. My cousin started that shit. That name came about because he was always freestyling in the hallways, and And motherfuckers would tell him, hey man, you too fucking loud. And then he started, hey man, well, yeah, we are too loud, and it's too loud, click, whatever. So after a while, you know what I'm saying, we worked through it. We was working together. I was trying to get the team together. I had got a singer and a bunch of other artists to start a group, but really none of them was really serious, and I really wanted to move forward with it. So you know, that kind of fell off, and then that's when I started like just rapping on my own. I used to go by C4. My rap name used to be C4, C-Los, and finally came across like, you know, LOSSI and shit. But yeah, then I've been at Joe Track's studio when I was like 16. You know, the one that worked with a Lil Flip, went platinum on the album.
Shouts out Track, shouts out Flip.
Yeah. Then just started hitting up more studios after a while, man, and I finally met FM. And man, that's just my go-to every single time, bro. Like if like I'm booking with him every time, you know what I'm saying? There's very few other producers that I would actually go and record with, you know, I'm just real picky. Feezy's hard to fuck with, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely FM is one of the top good sounding guys to go to for mixing and mastering. Shouts out FM, anybody out there that get some work done, holla at FM. Okay, so tell us about some of your earliest works, you know, one of your earliest songs. I don't know if you remember your first song, which I know will be way back, or the first song you did in the studio, or the first song you performed, you know, tell us something about that era.
First song I wrote, it was off a beat, 3 6 Mafia, Late Night 10. It was on that, I recorded on my laptop. And yeah, then I have a bunch of mixtapes, man, that I would record just doing beats, like kind of like Lil Wayne, just find a beat that was, you know, from a song, rap to it, I would just upload it. So I got a bunch of shit from back in the day. First song I performed was, which one was it? There was a song I did with Juan Gotti, Ekins. It's really called, it's Snake, spelled backwards, so Ekins, but it really means snake. That was one of the ones I first performed. I competed. Actually, I performed that song to compete to open up for him, and I ended up, you know, winning the slot to open up for him and shit like that. So we had already made that song.
Shouts out Gotti.
Yeah.
So okay, you know, we're in a new world, a new era. How did you first put your music out? What's the first time you ever released a song? Was it a burn CD? Was it a professional CD? Or did you not make it to that era? Did you go straight to the digital era? How did you first put your music to the world?
I guess it was in the middle of that transition from tapes and CDs to like digital, because I had it on MP3s. I would put on people's flash drives, put it on people's MP3s and iPods and shit like that. They was always asking me, hey, you recorded anything else? And yeah, they'll give me the iPads or whatever the fuck, the little device to go take it home, put my music on it, put all my freestyles on there and shit. So yeah, it was on there. Digitally, like on the platform was probably like either YouTube or SoundCloud or both. I uploaded on both.
What project was that?
It was just a bunch of singles, just a bunch of just shit, just I didn't really drop an album until 2019, Every Emotion, when I linked up with Feezy. And that's when I was like, man, I gotta make an album. I was going through a lot of shit. It's called Every Emotion for a reason, you know what I'm saying? You check it out. It's hitting gold, like for real. It's hitting gold.
That's all the older stuff.
Yeah.
It's still out there. Still out there.
Yeah.
Okay, so y'all make sure y'all go check that out. So let's talk about some 2022, 2023. You know what I'm saying? What's that era looking like?
2021, I came home, and that's when I was just like, I don't know, I just became this other fucking like.
You came home? What happened?
Prison. I was locked up.
What happened? Well, you don't have to talk about it, but I mean, you know, you caught a case.
Yeah. I was like, my fault. I was on probation. They set me up. Really, I fucked it off, and then, you know what I'm saying, they didn't want to give me no chance to lock me up.
I got you.
You know, that type of shit. So I'm in that bitch writing nonstop writing. I got, man, so much music. I wrote 2 albums in there. And then I wrote a few other singles in that bitch. And but when I came home, the shit that I wrote, I didn't like jump straight to it to record it. I was making like other shit. You know what I'm saying? Like I got a song called Streets Out, a whole album called It Was 1993. It has like it's like a newer LOSSI. It's not like Every Emotion was more like lyrical, more talking about some life experiences and shit. This was more like an up tempo, you know, like really not like just not holding any punches back, just kind of like, you know, not really giving a fuck, showing them that side of me, the wild side of LOSSI, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, I've done features. One with Rashid, man, Rashid. I did something with Young Easy.
Shouts out Easy.
Yeah, GT Garza. Who else I work, man? A bunch of underground artists. Lopez, Effect, Misery, motherfucking Hpuston Smooth, A-Legs. That boy's just so many, man. Boys from Florida, In My Own Lane, Money Fiend Lalo, man. I've worked with a lot of people, man. Like a lot of people.
So what about shows, performances? You remember any of your earlier first shows?
Yeah, my earliest first shows, there was like probably the best ones because I was just like so excited. I still get excited, but it was like I was kind of like, it was just a different feeling at first. You know, I would get up there and, you know, just certain things I need to work on, like controlling the mic. I like to be up tempo when I perform, so sometimes I had to learn like along the way how to control my, you know what I'm saying, my stepping and my breathing and shit like that, and how far and how close I had the mic.
Where was this at?
Let's see, Houston Underground. What's that one called? It's way out there. BFE Rock Club, View Houston, Lux Tavern, Concert Pub, Mesquite, like just, you know, all over Houston. And, you know, I've done shit out of town, Dallas, San Antonio, Austin, the Valley. Haven't hit Corpus Christi though, but that's next for sure.
Yeah, we're gonna get some shit popping. So how long do you plan on being in the business of music?
Man, I plan on being in it like forever, man. Like, you know, I've been grinding, bro. Like, I feel a lot more closer now, closer than ever to hitting that point where, you know, shit could pop off and I can make a living off of it, strictly just on that. You know, of course I want to have shit on the side making me more money, but if you know what I'm saying, I'd be surprised if I did make it, but if I don't, then I still want to be in the music scene, you know what I'm saying, in the music business, you know, maybe, I don't know, doing other shit, writing, I don't know, you know, we'll see when we get to that.
So, do you know what a 360 deal is?
360 deal?
Yes.
I've heard of it, but I don't know like too much about it, what it is. But I've heard the term.
Okay, so to my knowledge, a 360 deal is when you sign the deal with the label, you give them a percentage of everything. You know, your merchandise, you know, streaming, you know, pretty much everything you do. So, do you feel that people can take advantage of these 360 deals, or do you rather stay independent? How you feel about that?
I mean, it could go. I mean, it's just being independent is hard. It really, if you could stay down, the independent would benefit you most in the long run. I would feel, because like if you were to pop off, you keeping all your profits. You know what I'm saying? You ain't splitting it with nobody. You know, or splitting it with your team. But I think you could probably keep more of that money. But a 360 deal, you could benefit from it. You know, you just gotta be smart, because motherfuckers get help, loans, money, whatever the fuck from the deal, and then they just, you know what I'm saying, they fucking it off. You know what I'm saying? Instead of staying down, letting it build to where they can be to the point to fuck it off. You know what I'm saying? Do whatever you want.
Good point. So if you had a chance to deal with a major, who would you gravitate towards? I know once you start popping, different people come. But, you know, who would you have in mind? You had anybody in mind?
Man, honestly, I never really even thought about it. You know, I just really envision myself being independent. But if I don't know, man. I would think maybe I would want to do something like in Atlanta. You know, one of the labels in Atlanta.
300.
You know, or somewhere south, you know, I don't know too many labels like off the top.
Well, you know, you got Sony, you got Universal. Every label is under a label.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? So it's like 300. I think they either Universal or Interscope. I'm not sure. I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
So you know, they all got parents.
Yeah.
Most of them. You know, I think there's only two major people that own the whole fucking music business, and I could be wrong about that, but somebody will tell me in the comments. Okay, so enough about that. So you got a chance to work with one big producer. Who would it be?
Ooh, damn, that's a good one. I think it would either be it would either be Pharrell or Dr. Dre. I think either one of those. Either one, or fuck. I ain't gonna lie, Kanye West is a rapper, but he also a producer too. I just like they really get in a fucking zone. You know what I'm saying? Like, I be watching Pharrell's interview or like him cooking in the studio. I watched Kanye West. You almost think they're crazy and they fucking lost their mind in the studio. You know what I'm saying? They just get lost. And that's how I'm in the studio. In the studio, shit, I'm talking to myself, just walking back and forth. Like, I just go unconscious, you know what I'm saying? And that's just when you're so locked in this fucking deep, like, you know what I'm saying, the creativity mode. So yeah, I would like to fuck with them because of their creativity is just so like, you know what I'm saying? It's just enormous, you know?
You prefer to freestyle or write?
I can freestyle, and when I'm on fire, when I warm up, yeah, I can freestyle almost flawlessly. You know what I'm saying? Pump out a song freestyling. I be forgetting to record myself sometimes. But I do like writing. I write a lot. Like if I really want to take a project serious, I write.
Okay, so man, if you had to be an animal, man, what would you be?
If I had to be an animal, who would I be? Shit, man. I'll probably be, I don't know, man. I'll probably be like, I don't know, maybe like a wolf or something, man. You know what I'm saying? Like a wolf. Yeah, probably a wolf.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. Okay, so for the world that want to get in touch with LOSSI, want to do features, want to just, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Somebody just want to get in touch with you to do an interview with you like I'm doing, which that's what we hope to happen.
Yeah.
How do we get in touch with you? What's your medias, your socials?
Yeah, on all digital platforms, on social medias, I'm official LOSSI 93. LOSSI is LOSSI, 2 S's. I did that for the South Side, because I'm from the South Side. So official LOSSI 93 on TikTok, on Instagram, on Threads, or my email, revenge93@gmail.com. You can hit me up on there. Send me a DM, whatever. You know what I'm saying? We'll make it happen.
So, for any artist that's coming up, even the artist that's not coming up, he could be an artist that's been in the game. If he could be an artist that's just starting. What little piece of advice would you give a person that's jumping into this business or game?
I would say it's just like, you know what I'm saying, keep your circle small. You know, not everybody your friend. You know, sometimes you gotta be cool with people, and that's as far as it goes. Not everybody your motherfucking friend. Like that's number one. Not everybody your friend. So you know what I'm saying. Just really focus on yourself. Don't worry about what anybody else is doing. This is your race. You start worrying about what he's doing or what he sound like or what show he got. Man, fuck that shit. He got that show, cool. I got this show. He ain't get this show. You know what I'm saying. Just focus on you, because y'all journey is not gonna be the same. Somebody might blow up right away. Somebody might take longer to blow up. But you know what I'm saying? It's your race. Just that's what I would say. It's your race. Just stay in your race, stay in your lane, and you know, stay humble and stay grateful. You know what I'm saying? Keep God first.
Oh my goodness, Tony, drop that.
La 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 la.
A new girlfriend, rich man on the block and he still spin. When a Doja Cat, gotta watch your back cause you can't win, but you still win. Take no L's, got ops in your face and your coattail. Nowadays they announce like co-sale. When they're hating on your board like Kentrail. You get savage, you get demon, you get deadbeat. You a king's man, you broke, get silent. Get money, get the phone start ringing. Got a Rico, they singing. With the new year, Federal is bringing. And I'm thinking, and it go like, and it sound like, and it go like.